Let's do this. Yes, hello team, what is up? Welcome to Motosumo with your boy, Benny P, here to take you through this class, team. I hope you're buzzing for this 30 minutes beginner class with me. Now, I'm going to take you through everything a little bit slower because that's what our beginner class is all about. We lower that intensity. I take you through the sort of steps we do here at Motosumo, the things that make us different, and then I get to take you through your sprints, your climbs, a little bit of everything, again at that slightly lower intensity. It's really up to you. I'm just going to be guiding you through at any point. Now, if during this class, yes Kuda, how you doing? If at any point during this class you want to raise that intensity up a little bit, that's on you. You've always got the option to pull it back. It is a beginner class after all. Now, before we get into things, team, I want you to, if you're doing the on-demand class, I want you to get on one of our live classes as soon as you can, because our live classes is where it is at. It's where we get to sort of speak to you. It's where we get to learn your name. It's where we get to see you on the leaderboard, and it's where we get to interact with you. And that's when you get the most out of Motosumo. We're in an interactive platform, so come interact with us on a live class as soon as you can. Now team, let's get into it. Whether you're doing the live or the on-demand, we want to get started. And the way we get started is the same way we do it in any class, whether it's a beginner class, a fast and fun, endurance, stronger together. We take your bike all the way down to resistance zero, because everyone's got different bikes, everyone's got different bodies. I want to align everyone to make sure we're the same, to make sure we got that same sort of resistance throughout. So you knock it all off, so it's super easy, dare I say too easy, then I want you to add just a little bit of resistance onto that. Now team, that is your resistance 1, and that is where we all begin from. That resistance 1 should feel like you're almost on a flat road. So you're not going downhill, you're not going uphill, it's super easy, but there's a little bit of weight supporting you. Now that we got that team, let's get into things. I'm gonna put some tunes on now that we all know where we are. And let's do it. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember team, we've also got those emojis if you want to be using them that whole time. So I know you're there, I know how you're feeling. And you can give me a little wave anytime you fancy a team. So resistance 1 is where you'll begin. And your resistance team is basically the weight under your feet. There's a couple ways in which we describe or change that resistance, because you've got 4 main resistances. Right now, we're at the bottom one, we're at the easiest one, we're at the lowest one, and resistance 4 is your top ones. We've got resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're broken up evenly. And each time you add on a bit of resistance, it's kind of like you're going up a steeper hill. So if you think of a treadmill, every time you add that resistance, add that incline, that's the sort of same thing it is when we have resistance on these bikes as well. So during this warm-up, I want you to sort of play around with it. It's a beginner class after all, so we got the time to play around with it. We got the time to sort of feel the weight under your legs. How's that sound? Sound good? Give me a little thumbs up so we know we're all there. Beautiful stuff, team. Now that we know that, I want to think about your position on the bike. So with those legs moving, I want you to roll those shoulders back, lock them down so you're engaging those lats, keeping your back nice and straight and driving it with those legs. Again, chest push through, shoulders back, just like that. So strong there. Now, basically from your sort of torso, from your waist up, you should be relatively still, because you want to have that center of gravity sort of bang in the middle there. Now, with those gentle bend in the arms, I want you to think about your legs. Now, your knees want to be parallel. So they don't want to be swinging all over the place. And also you want to make sure you're getting a pull back and a kick out. You're getting a pull back, so it's sort of a 360 road there, just like that team. Now I'm going to put on a timer and we're going to pick up our cadence. So our cadence is our speed. I'm giving you a lot of information here, but don't worry, I'll be referring to them throughout, I'll be reminding you what each of them mean as well. Now, your cadence is your speed. It's basically how fast you're going or how many times your feet are going around in a circle. So the higher that number is on the bottom of your screen on your cadence meter, the faster you are going. So let's pick up that pace. Let's take it into that yellow zone for 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 90 to 100. Kuda, let's go. Notice even though I've picked up that pace, I'm keeping that center of gravity in the middle. Nice, so good. Good, see if you can pick up that pace a little bit. Oh, you're in New Zealand. Talk about international. Good evening to you, or good morning. 3, 2, 1. Nice. So good there, we're gonna go for that exact same thing. In that resistance one, once again we pick up that pace. And I wanna go for another 1 minute in 90 to 100, remembering all those little points I say about your form, about your technique on the bike. We go for that team in 3, 2, 1. 60 seconds on the clock. With those elbows tucked in, you still want to have those shoulders rolled back. I still want your back to be straight. Riding, powerfully riding strong, riding with purpose. Yes, Flora. How's it going? Give me a little wave. You got those emojis there, team. Don't be shy to use them. Yes, Flora. Another 30 seconds here. See if you can pick up the pace on the drop. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is how it feels. Two, 1, pull it back. Now, remember, anytime we pull it back, we don't stop. You just make it more manageable. You just make it go into an easier sort of pace, an easier cadence. And for now, that easier cadence can just be chilling in that green zone. I want us to go for one more of those push paces. This time, we're only gonna go for 30 seconds as we start to pick up the pace. Now, I wanna try to get you in the hundreds. 100 to 110. That is the higher yellow zone. And it's a bit of a kicking on. We're gonna go for that. On me, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Nice, rest there. How is that, team? Loving your work, nice Kuda. Nice, Flora. Let's take it up to resistance 2, Flora in Portugal. Shout out to Portugal. Now resistance 2, adding those couple little bits on. Make it just a touch heavier, make it a touch stiffer on that resistance as we still keep our legs moving. Now we're gonna go into another push phase. We go straight into a minute, 60 seconds. 90 to 100, yellow zone. 3, 2, 1, go. This is gonna take us to the end of that first 10 minutes, that first third of this class. You're 90 to 100 now, but in that resistance too, so now you're working. Now it's less of that warm up, more of the sort of working phase. Five, 3, 2, 1. Rest there. How did that feel, team? Let's go one more. 30 seconds to the clock. Adding maybe 5 onto your pace. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice Motosumo. You feeling a little bit warmer now? I definitely am. Even starting to get a little sweat on. Three, 2, 1. That's it. Good stuff. Now before we go up in that resistance, we're gonna play around between that resistance 2 and that resistance 1. So we're gonna do 3 rounds of 30 seconds in resistance 2, dropping it down into resistance 1. So we're in resistance 2 already, so we don't need to do anything with that. You do 30 seconds, 90 to 100, and then we loosen it up and we speed off for another 30. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 seconds resistance 2, 30 seconds resistance 1, back to back. 90 to 100 in your resistance 2, that is your low yellow zones. Try to get 90 to 100 on your screen right now. Flora's got red zone. 5 seconds, resistance 1. 3, 2, 1. It's freed up. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Nice, 30-second rest there. How's that, team? Looking strong. There you go. Take some trophies. That's for you. Cool, we take it back up. We're gonna do that twice more, that exact same thing. Notice how as we release it, I want you to accelerate out of that resistance 2. Take it up to resistance 2. Start again, 90 to 100. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's go. 8 seconds, that resistance 1's coming up. Ready, 3, 2, 1, release. Speed up. Speed, Flora. I want to see hundreds. Good. Bring it up, 100. 3, 2, 1, nice. Team, we are smashing it out. You are being rockets. Taking off. Coming into that next song. Feeling good. 15 seconds, we go again. Resistance 2. Final time of this. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. $90 to 100 in your resistance 2. We've done it twice before. Yo, you know exactly what we did. Three, 2, 1, release it up. Who's got some speed in them? Flora, I saw your red zone before. Can you hit some red zone once again for me? I think you can. 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Back to resistance 2. 1 more minute before we head up into those final resistances. Team, we're gonna hit up your race. This is where we get a number. This is where you get to see how fast you go. This is where you get to how far you go. 1 minute maximum effort in resistance 2. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice floor, let's sit. Team, you should all be in yellow minimum. Prima Vita, what's up, how you doing? 30 seconds to go. Yes, Flora. Go on, Kuda. Three, two, one. Nice. That was good. But as I said, we're going to take it up to resistance 3. So you take it up. We've jumped up. Resistance 1, super light. Resistance 2, a bit stiffer but can still get some speed. Resistance 3 and 4, this is where it gets a little bit tougher. And we still give you a little bit of a longer break. We're gonna work 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest, 45 seconds of work, 30 seconds rest. And then we're gonna go all through that twice. All in resistance 3. And we stay 80 to 90. Resistance 3, coming up, 30 seconds of work. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 80 to 90. First time in resistance 3. This is where it gets a little bit tough, and it's only a 15-second break before you're into your 45-second effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15-second break. Now you've got a 45-second effort. Can you hold the same number, bearing in mind you've got a 30-second break coming up? I think you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's a bit tougher with a slightly longer one. Ten seconds. 30-second break coming up. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Grab a little sip of water if you need to. Now resistance 3. Bit of a different story. Then 10. Ready. Same thing again, 30, 15, 45, 30. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 80 to 90. Coulda, let me get a thumbs up, team. Flora, I'll know how we're doing. You guys sticking in there with me? Coulda in New Zealand. Flora in Portugal. Me here in London. 10 seconds. 3, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Ooh, little light show there. Well done, team. We're in that purple zone. You know what that purple zone means? We got under 10 minutes left. 5 seconds time, 45-second effort. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. "30-second rest coming up after this. Less than 10 minutes to go in the class. Let's see what you got. All the way. Yes, Flora, loving those numbers. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Keep moving your legs in resistance. 3. Now what we're gonna do, 3 rounds of 30 seconds in resistance 3, 15 seconds in resistance 4. 3 rounds of this with a 30-second rest in between. 10 seconds time, back into resistance 3, what we're in right now, 80 to 90, and I'll be talking you through it. 3, 2, 1, back in. So you've got 30 seconds in resistance 3, 80 to 90, and then 15 seconds we add it on into that resistance 4. For that final 15 seconds of each effort. Here we go. 10. Adding it on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Add. 70 to 80, try to hold on to it. Super heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. Release that out, relax it a little bit. Resistance 3, once again, that's 1 down, 2 of those to go. So you know how we were doing that sort of resistance 2 to 1 earlier, in which you were sort of exploding out of it? You're trying to almost do the same thing, even though we're adding on resistance. You're trying to hold whatever speed you had in that resistance 3 and just add in that resistance to make it a bit harder. Ready, same again. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Resistance 3. 80 to 90. Resistance 4, hold whatever speed you can. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Love that, Flora. Smashing it out. Team, we're so close to the end. Another little breather. And then we've got 1 more of those, and then we finish it off. Tune. Once more. Resistance 3, taking it up. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Ready to take it up to resistance 4. Making it nice and heavy. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Nice. 30-second rest. We finish it off. Are you ready, team? Flora, could have taken it down to resistance 2. This is how we finish it off. With some speed, with some real speed. We're gonna be in that resistance too, and we're gonna be racing it out for a final push. 1 minute on the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Speed, speed. Let's go. Halfway. Coming to the final song as we push it through to the very end of this. Team, you've got 15 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. All the way down to resistance. 0. When we make it to the end. Keep those legs moving around. Nice and gently. So, if you've done a cool down with us before, or with me specifically, there's 2 things I focus on. 1, still moving and slowing the body down slowly. And 2, focusing on our breath. So in that resistance area, I still want you to keep your legs moving super slowly and focus on taking those big deep breaths in and out through your mouth. Let's go for that again. In. Once more in. I need to roll those shoulders back for me. In your head up to one side. And then up to the other side. And lean forward. And then take it up. Whilst we're doing this, I just want you to sort of reflect on the class, whether it's been your 100th class or your first class. These are amazing things. Just start to roll your shoulders back for me. Just want to once again shout out to Flora, your 11th class. And Kuda, is that your 2nd class? That's banging. That's banging. Big shout out to you lot. We're going to stand up now, so you're going to slowly bring those legs to a standstill. And what you're going to do is you're going to push your hips back. Push your bum down, you're going to get a little wiggle out for me. Nice, really getting into there. 3, 2, 1. Spin your legs around. You can do that same thing. So another little wiggle out. Nice, good. Really getting that stretch in there. 3, 2, 1. From there you can take your arms up. Give me a little stretch over to one side. Little stretch over to the other side. And then from there, slowly bring them all the way around into that center where I want to say, thank you so much for joining me. That was an epic one, team. That was your beginner session. Again, they're sort of all levels class. If you're a beginner or you just want that slightly lower intensity class, this is the one for you. We've got plenty of other classes, plenty of other instructors, so making sure you're jumping on all those other live classes with all the other amazing team. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. My name is Ben. This has been Motosumo, making sure you're clicking pause and save, making sure you're finding us on social media as well. Peace and love, team, and I'll see you later.